Previously on the Lord of the Rings series, I described the last alliance of men and elves, the battle scene of Gil-galad, the last High Elven King, and the scene where Isildur was ambushed by orcs, and the river where he was killed. Let's take a break from the battle scenes for now. Time to fun has come. I am heading to Hobbiton, the capital of unlimited fun and fellowship in the Middle-earth. According to Middle-earth geography, Hobbiton is located in the center of the Shire, in the far eastern part of the West Farthing. And according to world geography, it's located outside town Matamata, on the North Island of New Zealand. You can see the most beautiful shade of green here in the Shire. At the golden hour, the Shire is the brightest place in Middle-earth. In Tolkien's fiction, the Shire is described as a small, but beautiful, idyllic and fruitful land, beloved by its Hobbit inhabitants. They had agriculture, but were not industrialized. The landscape included download and woods like English countryside. The Shire was fully inland. Most hobbits feared the sea. In 1998, Sir Peter Jackson's team of location scouts were searching for the iconic rolling hills and lush green pastures of Hobbiton. An aerial search led them to the Alexander Farm, a stunning 1250-acre sheep farm in the heart of the Waikato. They noted the area's striking similarity to the Shire, as described by J.R.R. Tolkien, and quickly realized that the hobbits had found a home. In one particular part of the farm, a magnificent pine tree towered over a nearby lake, adjacent to a rising hill. Baggins now sits atop that hill, overlooking the party tree, as that pine would later be known. The surrounding areas were untouched, no power lines, no buildings and no roads in sight. This meant that Sir Peter Jackson could leave the 20th century behind and fully submerge himself in the fantasy world of Middle-earth. In March 1999, the crew began the 9-month quest to bring the ideas for Hobbiton to fruition. Help was provided by the New Zealand Army, and soon 39 temporary Hobbit halls were scattered across the 12-acre plot used for the set. Secrecy was key, and strict security measures were put in place by the production company throughout construction and filming. Filming commenced in December 1999, and it took around 3 months to get a wrap on the Shire. After an initial attempt at demolition, 17 bare plywood facades remained. These shells would serve as the catalyst that propelled Hobbiton forward into the public eye, with guided tours commencing in 2002. In 2009, Sir Peter Jackson returned to film the Hobbit trilogy, and he left behind the beautiful movie set you'll see today. 44 permanently reconstructed Hobbit halls in the same fantastic detail seen in the movies. Durable structural materials were used to ensure the longevity of the structures. Hobbiton is located on private land. The only way to get there is to book at hobbitontours.com. Tour price for an adult is $89. There are also special events, of course for a higher price. I went to International Hobbit Day last year. It was a night to remember. Let's talk about how to get to Hobbiton. You cannot go as far as Hobbiton by driving. Firstly, you park your car in the area shown on the map. By the way, I recommend you to go to at least 1 hour early to enjoy the facility and the surroundings. Then you head to ticket office. In the ticket office you can buy a gift you like. I bought this Gondor t-shirt for myself which I like. After receiving my ticket, I am taken to Hobbiton by shuttle bus.
Some of the costumes and the props that you make, they all just get thrown away, and so
The beauty of the sky, the harmony of the nature, everything is magnificent. And finally, after 5 minutes, I arrive in Hobbiton.
Our stage.
The first scene I encounter is the fantastic view that we saw when Gandalf was entering Hobbiton. In the movie, we see Gandalf was passing many hobbit houses before riding through this corridor. However, contrary to the sequence of the scenes in the movie, this is the first scene that I have come across. I recommend going there with someone to help you shoot your footage, otherwise you will have to put the camera on the ground like me. Entering Hobbiton like Gandalf is a breathtaking feeling. After walking this corridor, I feel completely in the heart of Middle-earth.
Bilbo Baggins living here under the hill.
This is the first pumpkin I have ever seen in my life. Are pumpkins usually as big as this size? Please leave your comment.
Hello, Coco Mama. Hello, Coco Mama, yeah. Hello, Coco Mama. Hello, Coco Mama, yeah. Hello, Coco Mama. Hello, Coco Mama, yeah. Hello, Coco Mama.
I really like this detail, a hammock over there next to the house. Maybe most people won't notice, but it's a nice detail for those who do. Here we have Baggins where Bilbo Baggins lives. Since the entrance is forbidden, I can only look at it from the outside.
And what about very old Spanish?
Welcome.
The Baggins interior was built in two different sizes, small and big. The big one for Bilbo and Frodo, which makes them look little, and a small one which makes Gandalf look huge. And of course, each stuff was made in two different sizes, big and small. And the Hobbit houses are actually so small,
I couldn't fit in here.
even Frodo admits he cannot fit in them.
It's kind of amazing, the door's actually open.
So how come Frodo and Sam look so small in this part? Because filmmakers use extras for each of the four hobbits. It's obvious that there is a huge size difference between them. To increase realism, they imitated the faces of each and placed them on the extras' faces. For example, to shoot this scene, they used both Sam and Sam's extra and also a puppet of Sam. Gandalf put Sam's puppet through the window. The extra for long distance video shoots.
Now you got a back tent on, Drew?
Have you been eavesdropping?
I haven't been dropping no eaves, sir. I was just cutting the grass under the window, if you follow me.
A little late for trimming that, isn't it?
And Sam to show his face.
That's a good feeling now. Should we just...
The tree on the back end was so unbalanced due to it being spread over a wide area and being short. They dug up the ground and fixed the steel ropes to the long limbs, giving the tree stability. Also, the leaves may shrivel and picked off themselves by the shooting day. That's why the old leaves were replaced with about 250,000 artificial oak leaves that are wired on. 10 people work only for the leaves on 1 a week and a half. overview of Hobbiton from Baggins is stunning. The tree over there is the party tree. Bilbo's house is worth at least $5 million. Close-up view of the party tree. Now to experience this festival, I am teleporting to the 22nd day of September 2020. I am in the festival area. This is Bilbo's birthday cake, but unfortunately it is artificial. There are women dressed in elven costumes. Here is the bridge that Gandalf crosses with his cart. Everybody dressed in different costumes as a hobbit, an orc or an elf. One has become Eomer. Here Eomer is coming. Here is the poor orc who was killed for wanting some meat. This is unacceptable.
We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Why can't we have some meat?
A little bit more to your left, a little bit more. Not bad. Ooh. About this game so far tonight, and it's so many people.
Oh, good.
Well done.
Any word for the camera?
Just one.
Not bad, not bad.
I admit I am horrible at the Hobbit games. I scored just 1 in 10. I am literally hopeless. The festival area is very enthusiastic. There are unlimited Hobbit drinks, delicious food, more food, and much more food. Finally, I was able to find a beautiful female elf to dance with.
And we robbed Precious. We robbed me so long.
Don't be sad that it's over. In the next video, I will describe the breathtaking escape of the hobbits, the watchtower of Amon Sul, and Arwen against the ring wraiths. If you enjoyed this watching, make sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on your notifications if you haven't already. And feel free to leave your comment below. See you on the next video.